Hello and welcome everyone back to Final Fantasy XIV as we are still in the post-Endwalker content, specifically 6.2. Just finished up the Troya duty and we should hopefully be finishing up the rest of 6.2 today or tonight. Of course, I got Amy with me.
Hello everyone.
And we found out, for those who weren't here yesterday, found out from Alpha that we have less time than I thought. we have, because there's maintenance happening for Final Fantasy XIV on next Wednesday and Thursday, we have less time to get things done. So basically we have until next Tuesday. So we have 4, maybe 5 if we push Tuesday to get caught up. Now I'm being told we can make it, but there is that whole concern. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. But of course, it's not just Final Fantasy happening. This Saturday is also the subathon, the Bloodborne subathon, to help pay off the ridiculous car repair fees or car upkeep fees that mine needed repaired. Mine was not working. My car would have blown up if I didn't do anything to it. That is true. Yeah, so her timing belt could have gone out. That would have been bad. And basically we had to do upkeep. And it sucked. It definitely took a lot out of us. So definitely looking forward to... Definitely looking forward to the Bloodborne on Saturday. Have some fun there. So you can take me out and just see how I do against a Soulsborne game. I feel pretty confident. I think I can do this. I took on Castlevania and all those. I got Mega Man coming up. I'm used to hard games. I can do this. Chris Struck, thank you very much for that Tier 1 subscription. 35 months strong and proud. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. And yes, we do have Direct tomorrow, so that should be fun. I'll be reacting to that along with everybody at GVG. So definitely looking forward to all of that. Otherwise, I saw that Eggroll has... Question, Eggroll, is this your first time playing Mega Man 1? Because, weirdly enough, I think that might be the one I've played the most. I don't know why. I always start there when I do a marathon of Mega Man, so I'm pretty good I think I'm pretty good on the original Mega Man until Yellow Devil. Then I'm gonna struggle. I can tell you right now I'm gonna struggle at Yellow Devil. But possibly, depending on how this all goes, that'll start next Wednesday. Yes, you are ahead of me. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see. I'm sorry you can't print your bingo cards, Ice Climber Kirby. But yeah. Oh, the other part, the rematches against the Robot Masters is so much rougher in Mega Man 1 than later Mega Man games. But yeah, that's the fun of it. Either way, though, we only have a limited time to catch up with 14, so we can play Mega Man. So let's go ahead and jump into our next quest, where everything begins. So I doubt you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it that you're after? We are looking for a void sent with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to this world and know little and less of its workings and ways. We would be grateful if you could tell us about it, about yourself. How's the sound levels, by the way, just real quick? So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? Sounds good. Excellent. I beg your pardon? Void sent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Void sent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well. I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. Then we have a bargain. If we're to talk about the void, let us do so outside. Come with me. Hey, it's all good to get excited for that direct. I'm pretty excited for it as well. Don't want to get my hopes up too much for anything, but I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty fun one at the very least. Will I be into everything? Likely not, but I still think I'm excited. I see who's going as the first game, especially on the ungodly difficult. That was the style of the time. Just make it hard. It's all arcade based, so you just got to get that. That's getting value. What's that? Quarters. Yeah, quarters in the arcades and value from like your time at home, where you just keep playing until you get it. You need it warning from me. My life force is a small price to pay for her knowledge, and I will recover it quickly enough once we return home. Yeah, Mega Man is doable. It just takes a bit of effort. She's a way cooler Reaper than
this is where I belong.
Xenos.
My home. This endless darkness you call the void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world.
Hey, Cloud Strife.
All life was transformed into monstrosities, void sent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat void sent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void sent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown.
Oh.
But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me.
Oh man,
not
you'd
my
love
intent to
Kindercrest
cry.
Uprising if you played Egg Roll.
I realize, too, that I've neglected to ask your name.
Well, if she was in the womb, then I doubt this is Adaja.
I don't think so.
As we say mortal, you may call me void sent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
Then call me what you will. I care not.
I got new pants during a raid event, and it's a skirt. Well, a dress.
about 0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
I don't think they're going to waste too much time on Luigi's Mansion 2. What is there to say?
If there's a new mode, I guess.
I guess, but I think they could just
As
show
I
that new
said,
mode would be
I
fine.
cannot. 0 then.
Fa, should I be doing some grinding for day 3? For Desu? Here's to a fruitful partnership.
That's what I said too.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike
So
a
the next
bargain?
thing you're about to see is what I think might be the dragon.
Ah.
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask,
Mm-hmm.
it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes,
That up there.
Ah.
Ajdaya
That's
is her
what
name,
I'm wondering
and she is my sister.
is like what's left.
If you have any knowledge of her,
I don't know for
I
sure.
beg you share it with us.
It is rather conspicuous, isn't it? And it is hissing at us, so...
Did you say something? No.
I think you're right. That's definitely a
I
Daja.
thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent,
I think we can
perhaps.
save her though. Like it doesn't look good.
Maybe?
It seems to me like we're just gonna give her peace by getting rid of her.
Or we could bring in Alize. If she can get rid of balance to Sin Eaters, doesn't mean she can't do this. If we can get her back to her form, I don't know.
I have low expectations.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I must say, we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue the conversation within the castle. Alright, she can't cure Sin Eaters. That's right. I'm a little wrong about that.
They
Just,
stopped it.
yeah. The throne room just is defensible given its few points of ingress. Let us head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You shall have it as soon as we've arrived. I'd say no one show really caught my interest. But there were moments of each show that I definitely did the job. Kept me in like, that has potential. But I'm not much of an Xbox player, and just seeing that stuff on Xbox was like, yeah, it's cool, but But that is solely down to personal taste. There's that one game that was shown during, what is it, Tengoku? Expedition 33, that looks good.
Yeah, there's a little bit about
Ah, we're going to have to break up the party. We're going to have to leave the party.
Yep, this is
Okay. We'll have to leave. That's what I got to say. South of Midnight, like I said, there's highlights, but it's all smaller games. That's what's caught. That's what has caught my interest. South of Midnight actually reminds me a lot of Kaya? No. Right. One PS5 game that Amy played for a little bit. What was it called, Amy? No. PS5. The girl with the spirits. No, that's it. Kaya. What's this called, Kaya? I couldn't remember. Kina, yeah. It reminds me of that quite a bit. Alright. See how we do. Kina Bridge of Spirits. Yeah. That's what South of Midnight kind of reminds me of. Its own take, of course, but similar-ish gameplay.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Oh, Scarmiglione is still around. It's the guy we fought during the duty.
That I should miss my mark.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Well, that's bad.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty.
Oh.
But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must.
Yeah, definitely not looking good, Amy.
No, it's not.
Drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
It's another death they want. I say we give it to them.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger. We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
Oh, lovely.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
Hey, we get the boss music again. I'm happy. Gotta love the boss music. Hey, lass. I mean, he was gonna attack us no matter where we went, so.
Come, feast upon their flesh.
castle answers his call. We'd do well to break up this feast quickly.
Working on it.
Then let's see these guests on their way.
God, I love Final Fantasy IV. If Amy ever gets to play, I hope she enjoys it too. I think she will.
Behold the power of the Archfiend of Earth!
He hastens their regeneration.
Alright, gotta figure this one out.
We are deathless! You cannot defeat that which cannot die!
I'm gonna scout this guy.
Struggle and slaughter
Final Fantasy IV has some of the best Final Fantasy music.
This boy is ill.
Our foe has too great an advantage.
We need to drag him out of this damnable beast.
Oh, that's bad.
Quickly, stand together!
You're already
There's no
finished.
end in sight.
You get that so quick.
A retreat may be in order.
Okay. I think eventually he'd run out of energy. Hey, Ogrepon.
No matter what
Yeah, I know.
you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing.
Here comes quick thinking Ishtola.
Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
Alright, time to start selling people on Reaper. Oh, hello.
They've been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Well, she's freaking cool.
Satisfied?
Okay, how do we do that?
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat
What's
him.
that?
You become Reaper.
Ah, there we go. Of course.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
Alright. Time to actually defeat the first of these fiends.
However incurred, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn voices into crystal.
What is this power?
You will tremble before my true strength!
Attend to the minions first.
I'm not sure how to. Won't let me target them.
Be gone!
That works. Thank you, Zero.
That's far enough.
Trickery will not save.
Reinforcements!
This will hurt.
Impressive.
Alright, computer crash, but we are back against Scarmiglione. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, because that sucked.
A debt is a debt.
I'm just gonna lay into him the same way I did the first time.
And now.
Get that for holy scorch
She can turn
and
voices
resolution on
into
him.
crystal.
What is this power?
You will tremble before my true strength!
Attend to the minions first. Be gone! That's far enough.
If Funny thing is, it's basically going the same as way as last time. I died. Because I stuck around too close. Oh good, you can resume from midway. Thank God. I stuck too close to Scarmiglione to stay away from the other stuff, and I screwed up.
Oh, you're still in doubt.
Oh, I got knocked back into the AoE. Ah, lovely.
However incurred, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
Funny thing is I had it the first time.
She can turn void scent into crystal.
It's alright, I put it very easy. Circumstances conspired against me, so I couldn't do this fight legit. I don't want to hold things up, because we got a lot to get through.
Attend to the minions first. Be gone. That's far enough.
That's how it was supposed to go the first time.
Trickery will not fail.
Reinforcements!
This will hurt.
This is the thing that got me in trouble 2 times ago. Can't say last time anymore. He's not so happy. Now we can unleash the good stuff.
Cannot win without Zero. We must help her.
Another debt to repay.
Well,
I must deal with you first. I'll kill you all myself.
Finally getting serious, are we? Very well. Let us return the favor.
gotta love how cocky Estinian is.
This place will be your grave!
It's a cool fight, that's for sure.
Give it everything you've got!
Alright, finally got him.
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again. What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria. But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom.
I mean, I don't think he knew this was going to happen.
Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable thing.
Hey, Jane and Buck. Alright. Now one Archfiend down. Shame about the new pants, but it works. We're just going to call it a kilt. A long kilt. He pulls it off. It just doesn't go with the other stuff I have.
You are welcome, seekers of might.
Ooh, that's a good voice for a Golbez.
I, Golbez, have called you for hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade. That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
That's definitely not the same voice from Dissidia.
Yes, yes, but what of the promised gift?
In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
Oh. I have not played After Years.
Fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether.
I never heard great things about it.
This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my 4 archfiends. As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether. Just as well, the creature may yet serve other ends.
Okay, so not dead yet. Am I gonna binge the last expansion of 14 or savor it? You mean Dawn Trail? I mean, I'll just play when we can, I think. And with friends when we can.
The Void Scent's essence remains, but it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmiglione called them.
Scarmiglione. I'm bad at that.
I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
Handy.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I received my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Let's try this again.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
Gotta break it down.
A dragon resembling a great worm. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya.
I will.
Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
Add a cutscene, Amy. Okay. In light of our recent experiences, I suspect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should be still owed that much, at least that much, I dare say. Milan, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Voidsent here. But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. They seem to stay dead at the time, yes. I doubt not that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated did not return in contravention of the natural order. Do you remember an aught out of the ordinary? A sealing magic like Zero's, perhaps? There are circumstances in which we're unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you would come to harbor may break free and coalesce into distinct void scent once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey, a fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survived the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet despite his greater strength, Scarmiglione managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachments to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. Fair, lass. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I combined the ether of the soul in crystal. Many wielded this power during Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I am told that the heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called Orosite. Are they in Memoria one and the same? Orosite. I do not know this word, but the world is vast. Perhaps Memoria has had different names elsewhere, but it does sound quite similar. Oh wow, that's right, only 12 hours, Karagosa. That's weird. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I've never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsent can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. I see. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man called Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Let us entrust the task to Milan. His echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, he should be able to maintain his composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Golbez in my stead, on the terraces to begin with, perhaps? Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. Alright. Actually, I'm going to get a different minion. Or mount. Thanks to everybody's help and a little bit of time on my own while Amy streams, I finally got the yokai mount. I got my Jibanyan couch. Had to do so many fates for this. But I've done all the yokai stuff, so yay. So the clever one hadn't been eaten. If no one wants it, then perhaps... I think that's us. Golbez? Of course I know of him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those who they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run.
So is this place the one that got messed up by the ancients?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, they were trying to... This is the first attempt and they screwed up. Oh, the clever one is Zero. Okay. Thank you, Geeky Griffin. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the Archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. Attacking everybody. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. I'm so curious how they're adapting Golbez for 14, because it's impossible. As far as I know, it seems impossible for him to have the same backstory as 4. So how do you change a character like that? Welcome back, Milan. Were you able to learn Otter Value? So countless void sent answer to the Archfiends, who in turn answer to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scarmiglione's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister Ajdaya. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of my world already? If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Which one are you going to say?
Is there nothing that you want? Or name it, or something like that. The bottom one.
Okay. If you accompany us, we can offer protection.
She says, I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything?
Protection? I have no need of such. I was a prisoner, yes, but only because I couldn't be bothered to resist. I could have easily broken free had I desired to do so.
That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead?
Estinian.
Oh. Ishtola then says, by that logic, no reason to refuse our request. The payment needed, but only to your satisfaction, right?
Same here. Estinian, if you're truly such an aimless creature, then you could do worse than to join us. You needn't expend as much energy to defend yourself as you would alone. Trying to be clever? Oh.
Did I not already say as much from the start?
Trying to be clever, are you? But even if you had a point, your protection isn't enough to persuade me. Yes. Man, that was actually quite different. Dang. There's a lot different about that. Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place the Archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle? I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once.
There's a sneaky.
Mm-hmm. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this. He's kept his eye out.
His eye is peeled.
Yeah, his eye certainly looks like it was peeled, all right. But tish. It does kind of look like a Kid Icarus enemy. Hopefully it's a good sign of things to come. Good job, Torgal. We should be able to find him out here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready? Alright, we're leaving Troya Keep. Getting to see a lot of the void.
There it is. Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Good night, Gregster. What will our next location be? Like a mind flayer hanging out.
More dark purple.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs.
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What did they see here? Let me have some.
Kind of reminds me of Dragon Quest monsters in a way. Just uglier creatures.
Not fair. I don't want to be.
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
What is this place called? That's what I'm curious about. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, if tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. It is a void sense nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to the instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of those masters in turn served Golbez, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. Then it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Actually, let's go back in here because that's where other stuff is. I call this my abode, but I spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. While physical wounds can be healed with by replenishing one's ether, you can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another soul. It dilutes your sense of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visualize who I am in a place all my own. That's fascinating. This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall this statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly didn't wish for it. To walk around with her like that, you're her minion, then? You know I don't take minions. He has some questions and I want you to answer them. Golbez. I don't know that one. Only Skatach. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Skatach was a powerful void sent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. Skatach. Wasn't that a... That was a fiend from Final Fantasy 1 or... Final Fantasy 1, right? Skaha. Was that from... Skaha was from Final Fantasy 1 or 3? I want to say 1. One of the original fiends. Stay away from me. I don't want to be eaten. Eaten. Stay away. Boss from Dunscaith. That's right. Golbez. Golbez. I've heard that name before. Ah, I remember. Always speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. Crusade, you say? From who did you hear this? Farfarello. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfarello can tell us more. You're one of the mortals. Is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is, so it is. What brings you here, then? Ah, yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign that he is about to make a move. Satisfied with what you've learned? Ah, but let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. It seems the rumors of Golbez reach even my remote domain. Fair to assume he's gathering strength for his crusade, whatever that might be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfarello once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an Archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfarello is the weakest among us. Constantly in fear of being devoured, he seldom consorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Siriato. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether. Such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfarello, I presume? Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Ah, a character from Celtic myth as well. Thank you, Time Sage.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmiglione. I struggle to believe it.
I just realized this is a remix of Golbez's theme. More subtle. Nice.
They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmiglione's soul into crystal. Crystal. This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye.
I know who each of these are, but Amy does not.
Drowned in darkness, as well we all.
And yet Scarmiglione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer.
I love that. Gotta make sure you know he was the weakest.
If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez.
Oh.
I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
We're going out of order.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence. No place.
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
I think you'll like her design. Barbaricia.
I have a feeling.
Ah, I love this stuff. Farfarello keeps to the fringes of my domain. This way. I really thought it'd be Cagnazzo next. The Void Sent here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please, but all must answer to the hunger and seek out prey when they need ether. Except Farfarello and Ciriato, that is. They are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Ciriato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farfarello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. 'Twas in order to strike down the cloud of darkness that my sister crossed over to the void. What befell her after she vanished into the gate? How did she become Golbez's captive? These things and more I hope to learn.
I wonder if the Farfellow was that the eye, do you think?
Oh, could be. I didn't think about that, but it's possible. But he says he doesn't really leave her area, so maybe not? I don't know. Oh, whatever will I do now? Siriato, this is rather unexpected. Where is Farfarello? Farfarello isn't here anymore. I said Siri, so my phone can't. He's left. Yes, that's right.
What's wrong?
Left? That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone all right. What more do you want me to say? I think you're right after that response.
Like, I'm wondering if maybe it wanted to make a deal of protection with the strong guy. So he's got, like, insider information or whatever.
Yeah,
going on.
maybe. I would have, it's been a while since I've reread it, but I will still defend the Love Hina manga. Love Hina anime sucks. I don't know if I have not reread it. It might be a lot more cringe now, but I have no idea. But I'm fond of it. But something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Siriato's behavior?
I said the bottom.
I'll say a top one then.
She said, so you felt it too for the bottom response.
I doubt it. Had he been threatened, we wouldn't have found him in one place. No, he would run in circles until he could run no more. That's his nature. As he says, Farfarello is gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Siriato, who is clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee but instead hid here, where Farfarello usually... No. We must go after Siriato, now. Did she eat Farfarello? Where he... Siriato, we need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The wind rises. What is he talking about? After him. What's gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbaricia. Barbaricia? Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There's no time. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. I don't know this song offhand. It's too melancholy of a piano beat for me to... or piano tune for me to really tell. We're doomed! There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you, Barbaricia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve, to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference. In the end, all are eaten by her or her enemies. Oh, I'm looking forward to it, Booster Helicopter. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with Bloodborne. And hopefully all of you will, too. I didn't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything. Almost. I thought it was Farfarello who used to serve an Archfiend, not you. Not you who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speak as though you are Barbaricia's minion. There's only one explanation. Aid Farfarello. He devoured Farfarello, didn't he? Wanted that extra strength, so he just... Really slow version of the overworld theme. I could not hear it at all. But it makes sense. Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfarello? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being. How did you know? It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was at Farfarello's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it. Farfarello didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbaricia more than anything, hated the endless fighting, so he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness is in part indoors. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here, no escape. All know this. In making his choice, Farfarello must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation is joined with Siriato's fear, driving him to act erratically.
This is such nightmare fuel.
Yeah. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, neither me nor Farfarello, but there's nowhere to go. Nowhere. Then tell me about Barbaricia. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She's as good as here and no one can escape her winds. No one. I'm hearing the wind rise.
And she's brought her domain with her.
I wonder how she'll use her mechanic from the
Archfiends
original
after you and
game.
yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't manage eating and being eaten. I only want to be left in peace.
You and me both.
One of the Archfiends approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Ah, that's a cool redesign. Barbaricia always looked cool. I don't remember her having a sword though, so that's a fun addition.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
Told you you'd like her.
So you're Barbaricia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. What is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery.
Yeesh. I love that sword.
Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell.
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us.
Yeah, Simoeni, I'm definitely going to fight her as a dragoon.
Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
What's the plan then?
Go after Barbaricia. What else?
If we go, we'd be playing into our hands.
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared.
Justinian said aye that we would. Even so, we don't have any intention of turning tail now, do we?
Marshawn said, indeed, yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared. And then same.
We find her and get our answers.
Yeah.
You be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
We kind of need you to kill her.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia too recognized its potency.
Does ether regenerate?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So it's like blood.
Yeah.
Very well. We have a bargain.
All right. Oh, she actually has a sword in her original mono art, but is much smaller and hanging at her hip. I did not realize that. Go back to my dragoon. Ooh, already got our party ready. Sweet. The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet my heart weighs heavy for those Barbaricia has struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should we require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbaricia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. There's no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. It doesn't really matter with piety. The wind rises. A word of warning. Barbaricia spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But even assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, I trust I need to tell you how foolish it is to give the Archfiend a second chance. Best to steal her away at the earliest opportunity. If you wish to peer into her past, the Memoria will suffice. I can't wield the power at will. Well then, you had better hope it favors you when the time comes. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Ajdaya. If another Archfiend were to fall, Golbez would surely be compelled to respond. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed, if our struggles with Scarmiglione has taught us aught, 'tis that we must hold nothing back when facing an Archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If we're all in agreement, then let us be off. We travel by Nizrak. What?
Sayo was like, here's a hint, and told me. That just made me laugh.
Oh. Alright, you ready?
No.
Oh. If I have to imagine that she will have a section where she's hiding in her hair. Have fun with her fight. It's awesome as hell. Nice.
Yeah, actually, Yukime always sits out, but they said this is one of their favorite and wanted to join. So
Oh.
that tells you something.
Uh-huh.
I think, did I unlock him?
Yeah. According to Sun, my main advice, you can largely follow others. In the first phase, after her fun, clever AoEs, she throws her sword, follow that sword. In the second phase, be ready to move.
Basically, Sayo said, you want to hit chaos.
Let's do it. Yes. Ah, the Four Fiend theme.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind.
I love the theme of the Four Fiends. Nice. Wish we didn't have to worry about our set class so we could actually, you know, do these cool things.
Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbaricia.
Love her design. Very useful to get friends in here. Yeah, that's how they explain us actually having party members.
They finally explained it.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, sometimes they do, like, go get your traveler friends. Like back in the old days.
Yeah, when you could actually make sense to get adventurers at this point, but nobody else is really with you. Alright, Storm's Crown. Hey, Darth Chrono.
I'm terrified. I'm not.
Oh, I'm excited. I love this. This is.
I am so scared.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love Final Fantasy IV. The EX version of this fight is one of my faves in the whole game. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
Some cool looking weapons.
And my portrait. Look at Mary's portrait. It's so clever.
Such rich, exquisite ether. My head shimmers with anticipation. Oh no, God!
Oh, that just looks cool.
Try this.
Screwed that up, sorry.
Mary.
Okay. God, I love the song. Sorry, didn't get close enough.
My locks are as the wind. Soft, strong, and free.
Okay. Stacking on sun.
Try this. Pull.
Got a little too close to it. I think I can see why people like this one. It's very active.
A fair wind blows. You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
Wasn't sure what she was going to be doing. Oh, she got a pixie cut. Oh, God. She started working on her legs. Oh, this is brand new. This was never in the original.
I'll slaughter you all.
Ouch.
Dodge this if you can.
Oh dear.
I'll make it.
I. You're kind of going in line with the song. Just pounding away. Get out of that. I gotta say, I'm loving this. I think I see why people love it so much.
Feel my fury. Know your place.
Oh gosh, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that. Oh, caught in the hair. I'm not sure.
You can't escape this door. I'll break your every bone.
You can do it, Amy. You're doing good.
Be gone from my sight.
I hope I live. I think it went off. Cool.
No, I will not be denied.
Only fitting a Dragoon finishes her off. GG everyone. That was fun. I like that one. Like I said, chaos. That was a far better fight than Scarmiglione. Feels like random yes. Nah, I don't know why. I did just. I love it. Good job, everyone. Let's see what she has to say. Yeah, that's the thing. It's she's all over the place, but I did not have trouble figuring out where she was going to be.
There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet. You're finished.
Zero's having none of it.
Damn it all!
2 down. Seeing if we can summon the ability to look into the past. No such luck.
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
You gotta protect her at all costs.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
What in the...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine, insofar as I can discern at any rate. Being part void sent, her physiology may be rather different from ours. Let us observe her for a while as we discuss our next move. Ah, there's Azim's crystal, Amy, if you want to learn more. How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the ether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. It would be best to take her back with us to the source. There she would be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, but it seems we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here, defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Milan, might I ask you to hold on to Barbaricia's memoria? It may yet serve a purpose. Oh? What happened to her? You have business with Zero? We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbaricia. Let her know when she wakes, will you? Barbaricia's minion. Why not go and find this newcomer? We have something to tell Zero, if nothing else. Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, Milan? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez. Gotta say, that fight against Barbaricia might have been a little bit more of a pain if I had been my red mage. Final Fantasy VI, how far am I from watching Strong World? It's not this coming episode, but the following one. So two away. You're the ones who fell Barbaricia. I won't make trouble. I'll obey, so please let me stay. If you would obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell. Only the Archfiends are allowed into his domain, wherever it is. None but they know. I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. We're all going to be watching on YouTube, Cabin Evie. I think it might be all 6 of us. I'm pretty sure it is. I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping to one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are. He uses them to talk to those far away. Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. That will be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I am satisfied, so let us rejoin the others and head home.
I like this crystal dog cat thing the best.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all the evil creatures.
Uh-huh. I trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? I have nothing here, I don't think. Unless I want to talk to certain people. Thanks. Back to Troya then, and thence home. Daniel. You're missing Daniel, Karagosa. There's our favorite character from last time.
You're all safe. The sisters.
This poor guy's face.
I still like him.
A moment while I close the gate.
Good thing Atomos is squishy, yeah.
There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right.
The number one NPC who's anticipating the graphics update.
It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Varshan. Welcome home.
Oh.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Oh, good night, Cat Evie.
Look at all the cutscenes on the other side.
I know. That's amazing. Everybody working to catch up before the release. Let's see. Maintenance is next week, Final 56.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn.
We have it. We have until Tuesday of next week to be ready for Dawn Trail.
But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry.
As of right now, there are no plans for a stream tomorrow, Time Sage.
Is there aught
I gotta use that time to get other
expedite
things
her
done.
recovery?
At least for now.
Her ether is exhausted. Perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine harnished cuisine more.
This is quite the stark change to where she was.
Yeah, no kidding.
Certainly be arranged.
I can't imagine her reaction when she wakes up. She's like, "Oh, my eyes!"
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void sent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void sent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel. Were Zero wholly void sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
Tis no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Okay.
I like the elephant.
Oh, it's decoration.
You see it in the corner there?
Yeah,
I like the elephant.
it's very cute. World of Light and Life. If I may excuse it myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales functioned admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go and meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned fighting Voidsent in the 13th. What of you, my friend? Have you any immediate plans?
I said I'm worried about Zero.
Did you have an?
You got 3 options?
Yeah, I have an option saying I might go and tend to my island.
Oh wow! I don't have that because I didn't unlock it.
That's funny. That's cool.
I said I was worried about 0. What'd you say?
I'll say the island just because it's unique. Truly, had I known you had such interest, I might have entrusted you with the development of our nearby isles to attract visitors. At any rate, should you be in no hurry, might I trouble you with a small task first? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Meride's Merhain and ask for suitable refreshments? Of course. Excellent. In the meantime, Nadana shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each tend to our respective businesses and reconvene anon. There can't be too many quests left of 6.2. I have activated my island, but I've done nothing with it. Oh no. Welcome to Meride's Merhain. Please make yourself comfortable. What? A guest of the satrap has collapsed from hunger? Of course I would be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. Which one are you going to say? Oh, I haven't done it yet. Alright. I'll wait till you get to the options. Oh, I understand that, Karagosa.
Oh, I would totally say... I don't know, because for me, I would want light and refreshing.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to say, the bottom one?
No, I'd probably say a rich and hearty meal with plenty of meat.
I don't know what would be good for her. I'm gonna say light and refreshing because she hasn't had food, so I want it to be gentle.
Yeah. We're gonna go rich and hearty. Well, that might be perfect for an adventurer preparing to raid a treasure vault. I fear it'd be too much for someone coming out of a long slumber. I would recommend something gentler on the stomach, like these apples here. They've just come in and I can guarantee their freshness. Amy chose the right one.
Mine says, yes, that would be perfect for someone coming out of a long slumber. Please take the apples with you then. They've just come in and I can guarantee their freshness.
Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know.
Yay, instincts.
Yeah. You were right. Oh, there's a lookout here I never got because I didn't have it unlocked before. Well, that's just straight and obvious, isn't it?
Oh, there was a door over there. Archfiend walked through a door that was way more direct.
Oh, you didn't see that one before? That's how I came in. Got lost. Let's see. What am I gonna do down? I got bored and decided to help Gru steal the moon. My minions. Welcome back. Lest you worry, Mistress Nadana has been taking good care of our guests. I expected them to just use this as an opportunity to like, we'll come back and for the next expansion and then she'll be awake and we can move on.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
All those voids, and this is what freaks her out.
What is this?
I mean, it's not
Some
as
sort of
scary.
fiend?
Still
A fiend? Where is it? Where?
I love Nadana.
But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door. So to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
It is kind of freaky to have Nadana straight up in your face. That's a lot of elephant.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments.
Oh, he went back to his young
I
form.
hope you find them as flavorful as they are
Well, he was getting the
invigorating.
other one checked out, remember?
Oh, right.
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
I guess that's one way of eating him.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow.
This also indicates that she doesn't have to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not a good idea to introduce this, because all of a sudden you have to teach her a lot more.
That's what I was just thinking too.
That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Seems a little tricky.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
She's like, why would I want to go back?
It's fine. I have no reason to go back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister, I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Maybe she's like a robot that converts anything she consumes to pure ether regardless of method. That's also possible.
Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Rad's at hand.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks.
All right. This world is brimming with ether. I feel invigorated just standing here in the breeze. Glad am I to hear that. So is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? Well, I don't expect I'll collapse again. It would be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Alright, Maheen it is then. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Malil. Just the one place. Is she a stranger in paradise? Oh no. That is something I would not mind playing at some point. Just because it's so out there. This is the place. The air is different here, and I speak not of the heat. There's a texture to it, a fullness unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Honish cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious. I hope you will agree. We can attempt to introduce Zira to Miride herself, but Malil is more likely to be available. There she is. Greetings, Malil, and may I introduce you to Zero. She is an esteemed guest, and I ask that you see to her meals during her stay. Ah yes, Miride has told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. 'Twas here that Milan obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, 'tis certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there moving their bodies about? Is it for some ritual related to eating? The dancers? They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. 'Tis a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose we visit Balsham Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. There we go. Oh, it's just super close by. Okay. We're here to kill chaos. Yep. That's the thing, is I heard the gameplay itself is actually pretty good. What are all these things for? What do you do here? This is a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Rosette has served as a trading hub, and here you'll find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. I should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there's aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains on which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. Oh, okay, up top. Cool. I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. At least these lookouts seem to be easy to get. Mm-hmm. Of course. Naturally, that's how it goes. My Master Vrtra, how may we serve you this evening? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Pray take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start, that I was a soul occupying a vessel not of my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time and return to the Megaduda. If aught catches your eye on the route, do not hesitate to say so. Fibers. There we go. Some sort of fruit. Pitiful things, though. I imagine you eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Thavnarian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You would be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant.
Yes, I planted a good one.
Yes, you did. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vrtra, and Milan, too. If it isn't young Mirad, and that must be your sister, Yashra, is all well at the orphanage? Yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit? That as well. Who would have guessed? Is she a new friend? Friend? You know what that is? What? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and is still unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with. Xenos seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing?
Oh my gosh, when will he go away? Even his... They still talk about him forever.
Absolutely not. Actually, I know you were going to say that, so I'm going to say more or less and see what happens. I see, but is having someone to play with so fulfilling? I still didn't understand why.
Then I'm no closer to understanding it.
Why he traversed the great expanse, why he risked life and limb for you. But I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos, thank God. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault is not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we had better get back to our errand. Goodbye, it was nice meeting you. Excuse me. Through Xenos, I thought that I understood the ways of your world, but the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's all so strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. But the feeling is not unwelcome. I'm learning, bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. Ah. Yeah, no kidding. The final quest of 6.2, Amy. Ooh, get some curry. Now we're talking. Of 6.2, yes. Oh, of course there's more. Wait, it goes to 6.55, so we have 6.3, 6.4, and 6.5. 5.5 is like 3 quests. So we have a bit. Oh, her high pull as emote would be pretty cool. I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding, and 'twas in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us return to Megaduda. How many quests does 6.3 have in comparison to 6.2? If anybody wants to look that up. I knew that, yeah. It's hard not to.
Not like poop, but like duty. You know?
Yeah. Big duty. Yeah. Welcome. Let's see. Guest chambers. Both have 9 quests. Okay. So about the same length. Well, if we don't have any of the issues that we had for the. Oh, is it?
So,
if so, they have
what are
amazing
your
taste.
impressions of Vrtra?
Oh no, I don't think it is. It's some kind of pie though.
There's a lot of mortals.
Oh, no worries, Karagosa. Take care. Good night. We got about 30 minutes left.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think.
That is vaguely like a strawberry pie. I love strawberry
If you wish to
pie.
know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
Might come to the point that I just need to make
I'll
it
show
myself.
around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please,
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men.
That would be the
Channeling
Asians?
the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Asians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
I believe the Eidolons have been used for summons in the past. I believe 4 is one such game where it's used, they're called Eidolons.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power, the power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate, but in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness, as was I.
And so you were born part void sent, before the world was overcome.
So each of the remaining updates have about 9 quests. Good to know.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call void sent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through and find my world changed beyond recognition into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void sent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. We warned that this will take a while.
Yes, it will. It's true. At least that the Void World, the 13th, is still around. Cannot be said for some of the other worlds. Oh, good night, lass.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th.
Do I think the Mega Mania will start next week or the week after? It's... Considering I can't stream Final Fantasy on the next Wednesday, I guess it will start then. Weird, huh? Hey, Linky.
But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. After which, some intrepid young souls succeeded in restoring life back to lands thought lost to light. Which gives me cause to hope the day may yet come when life springs forth anew in the 13th.
Oh, Zero's cool.
Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Are we really gonna, like, try to cure the Void?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Mini Shadowbringers. Lightbringers.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more.
More apples.
I will consider this a deposit.
That does look like strawberry pie. Yep, Stola is definitely enjoying her wine. Though our time in the Void was short, we managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives, and it cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend, for your encouragement to embark upon my search anew, and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. What the heck is that little thing?
Yeah, our voice sneaking through?
It might have snuck through. What the heck? Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts. Of this we can be sure. But with you all at my side, I have confidence that we will succeed, that we will find and liberate my sister, and that we shall return home together. Looks like somebody's going to go take care of him now, so... Oh, curry, ratatouille, peach tart, or chai. I know. I'm going to have a peach tart. Oh, it's a hint to a side quest that opens up here. Oh my god. What? That's funny. Nope. What's going on elsewhere? It has to be Cagnazzo next.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbariccia. Useless, the both of them.
'Twas no lie. They conspire with a memorial.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation.
Cagnazzo's.
Sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Geeky Griffin, I doubt we'll have the time to do that side quest chain. There's so much to do.
And your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Aha! Some excitement for a change.
Oh, I know, Geeky Griffin. I'm just saying even then, not a lot of time.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps.
God, this is such a great voice for Golbez.
The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall.
Hey, probably your daddy.
What irony that the blessed damned should set us free.
We've done a little bit of the Alliance Radio time stage with friends.
The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled!
I love it. I doubt Amy's getting as much out of Golbez as I am. I think that marks who enjoys this quest chain compared to like, and who doesn't. If you're into Final Fantasy IV, you'll love it. If you're not into it, nah.
Well, I'm a specific case of not liking the dark stuff.
Right.
There could be plenty of people who don't know 4 and still think that's awesome.
True.
That's just me who likes, fairies and unicorns. It's not necessarily my place.
Yeah. True enough. Alright, once more unto the void. Milan, as always, your timing is most fortuitous. I wish to share with you news concerning Zero. Oh yeah, I guess so. You will recall that in exchange for ether, she agreed to aid us in our search for my sister. At Estrola's suggestion, I began providing said ether in the form of food. Zero has found the arrangement to be agreeable and has been eating steadily. In large part due to that, she claims to have already made a full recovery. If you and the others are ready as well, I would set forth for the void once more. Excellent. I shall inform Ishtola and Estinian and then go to collect my other vessel from the alchemists. In the meantime, may I ask you fetch Zero? She was absent when I visited her chambers earlier, but I suspect you will find her in the corridor connecting Yuj and Kama. It seems she's grown partial to the view of the city it affords. Once we have attended to our respective tasks, let us gather there. Or here. Whichever one. Where is that at? Okay. Oh, I highly recommend 4, especially if you enjoyed the patch story, Geeky Griffin. Oh, it's above. Crap. I'm going to try Kama. I think Kama might be quickest. Yeah, Kama seems to be the quick way, Amy. I think the other big thing is that honestly this story plays out like a higher production version of like Alexander or Omega. Which, nothing wrong with that.
Everyone is so carefree. Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness, and how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant. Such luxury is a loss to us. We have no hopes or dreams, not even the release of death. Only hunger. Others are a means to an end, at times a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed, or to die.
Excuse me.
I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos.
12 was a rough one to be your first Colux.
At whim. In that respect, he was a void sent at heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why. What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end?
I'd recommend 4, 6, 7, or 9. Or 10. I think those are all pretty good ones to start with. All for different reasons.
He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
I saw a lookout spot nearby. Yeah. There we go. And I think I have to drop down from here. Ow. And it sounded like you landed a lot harder than I did. I'd say we'll probably finish off with the quest after this one. What'd she say? Couldn't. Oh, she could get used to not being hungry for ether. Yeah.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
What is it?
You okay, Vert? You okay there, Vrtra?
He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdire.
I thought she was in the void.
Trap.
Yeah.
It's supposed to bait us.
Yet the presence was unmistakable.
Yeah, it's definitely baiting us.
Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a place to start as any.
Hey, good thing we unlocked flying for you in Garlemald. That worked out.
My apologies, Zero, but your return to the void will have to wait.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzatan until we return.
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
She wants to explore.
If Ashdaya was indeed here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, then I'll contact our associates in Garlemald. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust? Understood. We'll see you there.
We're gonna meet up with Alphino again.
We're to rendezvous at Tertium. We'll need to teleport to make it there in time. Can you?
Aye. I know it well from my time as an avatar.
Then it seems we're all set.
If there is nothing else, let us see to our final preparations.
Gods revel, lands tremble. Dun, dun, dun. By all accounts, Ashdaya is Golbez's prisoner, yet if she was in the source, it could be that she managed to escape from the void if only for a fleeting moment. but that is mere conjecture. If we want the truth, then we must go and find it. Come, let us make for Tertium. Our friends are waiting. Oh. Free teleport. That's nice. Always appreciate that. Yeah, I'm sure.
Any moment now.
We have Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday at the least. We could also add in next Tuesday if we need to. Armaglio. Hopefully that's enough.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
Actually, I almost prefer that look for Stola.
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help. A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
You're doing a fine job.
You're too kind. But it's thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls that we've been able to make any progress. The allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time. But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides.
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
Got a lot to talk about.
The 13th. After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while. But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the undersea vault.
Alisaie's jealous. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
You can make it up to me on the next one. I know. I only meant to tease, mostly.
She says we can make it up for the next one.
But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around?
Oh, so Mueni, Amy and I would be exhausted if we stayed up all night to power through this. That would not be a thing, especially with Kai around.
I understand how you can.
Yeah, and the direct.
Together, but nevertheless,
It's hard not to, huh?
You're right to be cautious. I'm a void scent after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos.
I love that. I'm a void scent, but I'm still not as bad as Xenos.
To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Just have to not be like Xenos.
I know, right? But that's pretty much you as well. It's like, oh, you hate him too? Cool.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Ashdaya in the source. Somewhere in the far north. Perhaps even here in Galmald.
I don't know. We could see Silksong tomorrow. It's possible, but it's also entirely not possible. We know how that goes.
Anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of void scent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned?
Oh.
By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon void-sent servants.
I wonder if Golbez is, like, his crusade is actually against the source. That's what he wants to conquer.
Because of all the, like, conquest people?
I guess, and just the fact that we've had these stronger void scent appearing here. Huh.
While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful void scent is no small feat. But if Ashdaya was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
I mean, I guess that is possible as well.
And we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well,
I don't know what kind of story they're going to tell for
know.
Golbez.
We've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
That would indeed make an excellent start. Though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
The party grows. Yeah, we are getting Reaper lore. I was interested in Reaper before Endwalker, but obviously didn't make it in time, and it's shared so much with Dragoon that I ended up not taking it on because I still needed to get Dragoon leveled up. So eventually. Oh, I'm sure there's different dialogue if you actually have a Reaper leveled up and ready. Oh, well. Steen has full faith in the twins. Oh, Milan, what a welcome surprise. And I see you're traveling with a large crew as usual. Not to suggest that it's an inconvenience for us. We'd be happy to share our supplies with you and your allies, should you require any. Apologies if we interrupt Euless, but there is a matter we wish to discuss. We've just finished our routine briefing, so you've come at a good time. Is this about the Void Scent? It is. From what we can discern, they're coming from the mountains to the east. Practitioners of the Reaper arts once lived in that area, did they not? Yes, they had a village there in the Lapis Manalis caverns. The Scythe Wielders forged pacts with Voidsent and took to battle with the beings at their side. For a time they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of Magitech saw them fall out of favor. And when some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to be long abandoned. My sister has been taken captive by Voidsent. I sensed her presence in this land and have come in search of her. If the Voidsent have been sighted here, then I believe there is a connection. We should like to investigate these caverns you mentioned, but Alphino tells us they are not easily reached. I'm afraid so. Deep snow and tumultuous winds rule out walking and flying. If you want to get anywhere, you're going to need a Magitech snowcraft. Alas, the last remaining functional one we had has broken down. Should still be over in Cerulean Ingens where it was abandoned. Is there anyone who can fix it? Perhaps the former engineers at Tapper's Den. Their duty included transporting cerulean tanks to Uturner Platform G using snowcraft. I expect they had to maintain a few over the years. That's worth a look into, I'd say. In the course of delivering provisions, I've come to know the people there quite well. If they can help us, I'm sure they will. May I ask you accompany her? Given the presence of Voidsent, it's best that we avoid traveling alone. In the meantime, will you not tell me more about the mountain? I would like to learn as much as I can before commencing our search in earnest. Come with me. I'll introduce you to someone who's well versed in the local geography. Alize, was it? I wish to speak with you. In that case, why don't you come with us to Tapper's Den? We can chat on the way. Zero is always with us. I'm so glad I got you to fly, Amy. Though I would have carted you around in this case. Yeah, I don't expect Pokemon to show up tomorrow just because Pokemon Company tends to do their own thing. There might be, if it was already, well, I guess we could get a little thing, but I'm not counting on it. It's not unheard of.
I like how she called us out for each.
Heck yeah.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after. Was there anything else? If not, let's keep moving.
Right.
Oh, I missed this remix. What's this a remix of, Sumo Wani?
To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
We should get back to it, but before we do... Are you alright, Zero? Did I say something that confused or upset you? No, I'm simply trying to understand your perspective. If you wish to continue, I am ready and able. Well, that's a relief. This isn't the sort of place you want to mull over things. It's not much farther than the Tapper's Den. I doubt we'll have much trouble finding an engineer when we arrive, so let's speak with the first one we spot. Just had to shoot somebody. It's a longer quest than I thought it would be. Wait, I know you. You're the one who roughed up the guards. After you left, your contingent friends came along. Our lives are a lot easier now thanks to them. They understood our plight and offered to help, whether we wanted to stay or here or return home. For that, we are truly grateful. We're grateful to you too, Alice, eh? This trip across the lake is hardly pleasant, but you make it all the same to bring us provisions. Oh, don't mention it. We're just glad we can help. That said, we're actually hoping to ask you a favor of you today. We need a Magitech snowcraft repaired, the one abandoned in Cerulean Engines. We were told you might be up to the task. Ah, so you want to ride the Mammoth. That's what we took to calling the crafts on account of their size. As often as I used to use them on rigs, I know a thing or two about their maintenance. I'll see if I can get your Mammoth roaring again. It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. Wonderful. Please come back with us to Camp Broken Glass and we'll take it from there. So far so good, Milan. Let's be on our way. There we go. And a teleport back. What?
I teleported out of the car.
Oh. Main theme of 4, but a version that seems more contemplative. I see. Welcome back. I presume this is the engineer who will help us with the craft? I'll do everything I can to get her up and running again, but I doubt I'll be able to do so quickly, at least on my own. The Mammoth is big and so are its parts. Some strong backs should make the work go faster. You have ours. You finished learning about the mountain, I take it? Aye, we have a solid grasp of that area, as well as the site of the snowcraft. My back is perhaps not as strong as some, but I should be glad to stand guard for void scent and other unruly wildlife. Much obliged, miss. Then let's all head over to the Mammoth and assess what needs fixin'. You have matters here well in hand, which means we can resume our duties. Would you care to assist us, Milan? How about you, Zero? I will assist you as well, as payment for answering my question. It's hardly something that demands payment, but we'd be glad for your contribution nonetheless. There we go. And that is where we're going to call it for today. We are in 6.3, and we will be continuing that and maybe even finishing it, who knows, come Wednesday. We'll have to see.
Oh, we're not playing tomorrow. When's the thing go down?
Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. But I'd like time to... I need to edit One Piece. I need to read One Piece, all that stuff. Yep, no worries. So yeah, we'll call it there. And yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday for more 14. Well, then once again on Thursday, see how far we can make it. If we're lucky, we can be in 6.4 by the end of Wednesday. We'll just have to see how it all goes. And then on Saturday, starting at, I believe, still noon, right? Noon Saturday since after your thing. Okay. As of right now, it's subject to change, but as of right now, oh, okay. We'll figure it out. We'll have a more solid dates here soon. The subathon will be for Bloodborne will be starting on Saturday, around either 10 a.m. Eastern or noon Eastern. So just keep an eye out for that. And we have a suggestion for Crimson A, but let's see who we can rate. We're probably going to end up rating Johnny just because it's tradition at this point. Let's see. We need a good pun with zero for Johnny.
Zero to hero.
That is the most obvious one.
Related to.
What's that?
It's Hercules related to.
That is true. Let's do for our raid message. Yeah, we'll just do 0 to hero. That'll work. We'll raid Johnny and see how he's doing over in Stormblood with Romani. And oh, he's fishing. What a shock. What a shock. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you on Wednesday. If not, see you on Saturday. And hope you all take care. Until then, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.